Hey guys, this is Allison from Alley Cat Creations. How are you? Thor is dropping his hammer, so if you hear noise, my favorite Midgard god is dropping the hammer. Before I even begin, please like, share, and subscribe to Allison's channel. It helps her. If anything resonates with you, light bulbs, epiphanies, you're connecting the dots with anything that I do with my work, please think about supporting me and my work. I still live in communist New York, by the way, and I could use some help. I have not touched the gray agenda in a long time. It seems like a long time, by the way. But here we are. Now we discussed the baddies, the Killy-Tokerd, the Naboo, the Sikaar, and all the other various races that have infiltrated Earth. As Ra would say, the Crusaders. But because their density has to have a balance of good and evil, who are the good guys? Now, even amongst the good, there always are bad. So again, like there are good gray aliens out there and there are good reptilians out there. There are also species of these guys, these good guys, that have also bad counterparts. So we're going to go through a bunch today. I'm going through the Alien Book of Races. And I'll be showing some of them in here to get us acquainted to what is possibly to come with first contact, if that is decided that that's what they want to do. Now, before I even get into the races, they've been in our skies. Look up, they're there. During the full moon eclipse, I captured one kind of dotting its way, and I tried to get a video and I couldn't, and then I put my phone really quickly on night mode and popped a picture, and I got one. I've been trying to capture on film aliens for a long time, besides the lovely albino Draco that shows up in my plague mask. Remember those pictures? But with recent events that I found that I am multiple star seeds. I'm not just a collective of one. I am many. Yep, not just the Palladian. And because of my adoption and both my mothers. Oh boy. Yep. More than one. Who knows? But let's get into our friends, the Palladians. Hi, Palladians. So if you have read Elena Danaan, there are different races of Palladians. It's not just the one, the only. There are the giants, the Nor, which that's what I am. There are the Taigetans. There are the Ahel. There's a bunch of them. But let's read. They come from the solar system surrounding the Pleiades stars, more precisely from the planet Era, near the star Taygeta. They are associated with spiritual growth. They can grow up to 2.5 meters, 8 feet. They practice sex cultivation. The distinct difference between their sexual expressions and their sensual emotions. The ships are known as beam ships. Although regularly visiting Earth, they have remained mostly silent since 10,000 BC. They are one of the oldest races. They continue to develop the necessary mental skills to eventually reach their goal, an even higher spiritual state. But that's just one race. Just one race. So the renegade Palladians. Renegade Palladians come from the Pleiades star cluster. Renegade Palladians are powerful beasts, evil titans, standing 8 to 13 feet tall. You don't say. They manipulated their gene pool to produce warriors built like tanks and to alter their original hair and eye color to black or brown and dark brown. Renegade Palladians believe in service to self. They believe in their dark undermonic laws to gain power, technology, and material wealth. They defile all that is good and righteous and mock the cosmic law of one. They have no clue how their afterlife will be confined to the dark astral universe, imprisoned in oppressive consciousness. If they choose to correct their karma, they will re-enter the reincarnation cycles. Those new challenging lifetimes will be designed by their celestial sentries. The renegade Palladians' dark telepathic chatter is an alignment in the underdemonics, the opposite of harmonics. They use a hive mind to interact as a race, to see who can come up with ways to undermine the galactaran alignment and subdivision the starseed alignment, and presuppose diabolical scenarios to gain control over the world and outdo the Draconians while pretending to be their allies. This is what they look like. So again, there are many different races of aliens. Now we have the Palladians. This is an Alcyon Palladian female. I'll read about the Alcyon Palladians first, then we'll do the Palladians. Alcyon Palladians come from Alcyone, the brightest star in the Pleiades star cluster in the northwest of the Taurus constellation. Alcyon Palladians are indistinguishable from Earth humans and appear Nordic. Females are 5'5" to 6 feet. Damn it. I lost 3 inches due to my back. Males are 5'7" to 6'2". They have an array of skin colors dependent on the dimension they live in. Their skin color ranges from white to pale blue, violet, or red. Alcyon Palladians believe in the cosmic law of one. They connect to others through their long embraces, pressing the heart chest to chest, allowing the feeling of unconditional love to pass from body to body. They attract positive experiences into their life because they are at one with their own soul, their culture, and the universe. Alcyon Pleiadians visit Earth to share with selected contactees information about our planet and others in our universe. As a member of the Galactaran alignment, they are friendly scientists exploring our world and others. They study the cellular structure of all living things and have categorized close to 500,000 civilizations. I'm not going to read every little tidbit about them, but I find it very interesting. Alcyon Pleiadians are fully conscious, sovereign, and telepathic beings. They can also cast their consciousness into the future to preview an event in their life. Most do this when they have a baby in the womb to see the child's needs will be thoroughly and thought out its life. Alcyon Pleiadians have multi-realm commander ships. They favor the fifth dimension because the body becomes more like spirit, but the sensual sensations of touch remains. Consciousness is crystal clear, and unconditional love vibrate has increased manifold. Minus the eye makeup, I look very similar to that. Beautiful woman right there. And no, I don't do anything without makeup on my eyes. If I don't put makeup on, I look like I'm dead. Casper the Friendly Ghost. Now our friends, the Pleiadians. And the reason why I started out with the Pleiadians is because they look like us. Military. Pleiadians hail from the Pleiades star cluster, aka the Seven Sisters, located in the Taurus constellation. In Greek mythology, Zeus, Ares, and Poseidon had affairs with the seven heavenly sisters and bore children with them. Pleiadians are indistinguishable from humans, Earth humans, by the way. Although they are a bit taller, they appear Nordic, and females are 5'9" to 6'5", while males are 6'5" to 8 feet. Women are perfectly proportioned and beyond beautiful. Most men look like gods of old. They are muscular and chiseled, but there is no pretense about their looks. They live the perfection of the soul within and without. Some higher dimensional Pleiadians have uniquely colored eyes besides the normal blue, green, and brown. Those whose include aqua, teal, violet, pink, yellow, orange, or a combination of some of or all colors. The Pleiadians follow the cosmic law of one. They are a spiritual advanced race that uses 100% of their brain capacity. They are egoless beings who have unified their heart and mind to work as one for the betterment of the universal kind. Pleiadians, as well as other star nations, know that the soul is a living library. All we have to do is pull our book from the shelf and turn the pages to find the answers that we seek. The living library of Akasha was built by the energy of the one, therefore it's structured by all. Every soul is its own recorder and stores its information in the library. Just tap, 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 tap it in. Tap, tappity, tap in. Pleiadians are a part of the Galactaran alignment and participate in the Melchizedek Starseed program. When man becomes fully conscious, they, as well as other Galactarans, will become our cosmic teachers. They have galactic command centers stationed above and below the Earth. The Pleiadians were one of the many human races that seeded Earth in the past. Their genetic codes are alive on their planet today, and they feel a kinship to its peoples, looking to them as true brothers and sisters. Their race is prevalent on Earth today, either through star seeds or through the galactic alignment station above and below Earth. They are concerned for our future and want us to succeed. They long for the day when we will join universal society and will consciously connect to them again. Pleiadians are fully conscious and sovereign beings. They are expert telepaths, talking mind to mind without verbally speaking. They transfer feelings along with telepathic thought for the receiver to experience all that is being conveyed. All sensory perceptions are heightened to experience the story as if the receiver is an active participant. Pleiadians have multi-realm command ships. They are capable of reassemble their physical bodies from one location to another through a molecular stimulation of light codes. They can sweep an entire civilization from ground up into a mothership in less than a second. Some Pleiadians come to our space-time from the future. This is why a lot of people are talking about the Pleiadians. There are other I'm going to go through them, as many as I can today. Many branches and seeds of star seeds, wanderers. They're here to help us. They fought in the Lyran Wars. That's where they originate from. And then many of the different races that fled to the Pleiades terraformed the Pleiades star system. And there are different races there. It's not just, the one Pleiades. It's all a branch of different beings from different systems that inhabit the Pleiades because they got kicked out of their own, thanks to the Draconians and the Greys. So the Pleiades is a newer system terraformed by them, the different races. They're different races. But now they're called Pleiadians, but they're from different, there's 7 sisters, there's 7 different races inhabiting all those planets, and some of them share. Some of them don't. As we saw, there's renegade Pleiadians. And again, I know people watch Elena and Danaan, and I know people watch Cosmic Agency. I don't care which one, who sides with what side, and what side is bad, and that one other side is bad. Doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, many of us are either or. And we're here for the good. I would hope that we're watching this and we're all like, oh, yay, good guys, yay. Okay, so I don't, who cares? Resonate with what you resonate with. And if you take the information and you think you're from Taygeta, there's nothing wrong with that. Not at all, because you're here serving the good. So don't worry about it. A lot of people have that back and forth. Well, this one's saying this and that one's saying that. And everybody's going based on those two. Yeah, they have great information from both sides. No one's arguing that point. One might say the other one's wrong, and the one that's wrong might say the other one's wrong. Who cares at this point? And why I say that is most of us are starseeds. And sometimes you might be a starseed from Orion, and you might get the information that Orion's evil and bad. But it's not the case, because there's plenty of races in the Orion system that are good. We have to stop equating. This is third density, third dimension. Many of us are already vibrating on the 4th octave, okay? Plain and simple. But we're still inhibiting third density, which is polarity, which is good and evil, and all serve creator. And all was created by Creator, the law of one. So you have to take the good with the bad because the bad is with the good. Deal? At the end of the day, who are you and how you go about your life is all that matters. It doesn't matter what kind of starseed you are. It's what you are doing to do your mission. Are you a service to others or are you a service to yourself? Many starseeds are starting to wake up because a lot of starseeds are still sleeping. A lot of people who happen to be starseeds are still ignoring everything and living amongst the everyday lives because they're following and they're still brainwashed. So, mind you, there are a lot of us here. We have to start making that impact. So we can't fight amongst who's right, who's wrong, who's bad. The information's conflicting. So take it as it resonates within your heart, your soul, and your intuition. Trying to cover it all, guys. Now back to the alien race book. This captured my attention. This is Rame. They come from Capella constellation of Gorilla. Known to be very peaceful race, they tried to coexist with humans. They created, supposedly, the Mayan civilization culture by placing humans from different places on Earth in South America. They are a race of scientists. They taught the Mayans about astronomy and time. They left Earth when the Mayans were at their highest splendor. After the Mayans started the well-known blood sacrifices in their honor, this race has been on Earth many times after that. The last sighting is in Bora Bora, 2001. If that is really true, that is really the real reason why the Mayans did sacrificing. My Lyran co-host says hi. She's hot. It's been hot in the house. Say hi, Morgan. Hi. Another one of the species I'm going to share with you is a jaguar. They come from the constellation Indus. They are known by the other races as peacemakers. They are very advanced technologically. Their first sighting on Earth dates back to 1500 BC. They met with JFK 3 weeks before he was killed. They have also, around the same time, met with other human world leaders. They have not been seen on Earth since JFK's death. Oh boy. In 1965, they gave a message to the human leaders that they ran countries with nuclear capability, content unknown. It's not a really good picture. They look creepy, but I bet they're really nice. Can't judge a book by its cover. Thought that was very interesting. We have the Altarians. Look how pretty. Very pretty. The Altarians are from the Aquila constellation. Inhabitable worlds in their immediate vicinity are home to other humanoids, reptilians and greys. Altarians are great cohabitors with other races. They're indistinguishable from Earth humans, though they are taller. They're a beautiful race. Altarians also study the colors in suns and stars and planetary systems to understand how the frequency of light denotes our different skin pigmentations. Altarians are very intelligent, wise, and learned race. They follow the cosmic law of one. They study science and natural philosophy. It is in their nature to analyze fundamental questions about creation, to study other human societies from across the universe and note the similarities and differences due to culture and environment. Altarians believe that the universe is a symphony and we are its instruments. We learn from planet to planet, raising our octave, our frequency, our soul song that is in divine time. We will ultimately master the whole composition. This is why it keeps stating the octaves, the densities, the frequencies, the vibration, why this all matters. And why is this all been hidden from us? They knew, they know. The Altarians are members of the Galactic Alignment and participate in the Melchizedek Starseed program. The Altarians will become our cosmic teachers once we are fully conscious race. In the 50s, Altarians reached out to the US government officials and asked them to disclose their existence and of life in the universe. Of course, they declined. Come on, Space Force, what are you waiting for? Oh yeah, that's right. You can't disclose the human trafficking that goes on in the other systems. Yep. Altarians are fully conscious and sovereign beings. They are sympathetic telepaths. They feel a profound depth of others, soul history, and recognize the beauty of it. Altarians explore the cosmos in dimensional layers by astral traveling in groups. It leads them to territories in their own dimension they wish to study and explore. Altarians have multi-realm commanderships. They are able to reassemble their physical bodies or any matter from one location to another through a molecular simulation of light codes. They can sweep an entire civilization from ground up into a mothership in less than a second. Some Altarians come to our space-time from the future. Of course they do. They have to help us. And as Alex Collier has put it, the A's, the Andromedan beings. The A's. Andromedans are so named because they come from Andromeda star system. Andromedans are blue, hairless humans with 3 classifications: male, female, and androgynous. Females are 5 to 6 feet tall. Males 5'9" to 6'6". Androgynous beings are in the height range of males and females. The A's are a beautiful classification of beings. Their hearts actually feel like heavenly stars, are alive within every chamber, and magnetize all they come into contact with. The true experience of nirvana. Andromedans believe in the cosmic law of one. As a member of the Galactic Alignment, Andromedans are at the pinnacle of unconditional love and counsel the star nations. The 24 elders of the throne are located in the great city of Beta Alpha Andromedae in Andromeda. Master teachers and constellation fathers from every star nation are counseled by them to mend problems under their outer space jurisdiction. Andromedans participate in the Melchizedek Starseed program. When Earth makes a dimensional shift into full consciousness, they, as well as other Galactarians, will become our cosmic teachers, our supreme mentors of knowledge and wisdom. They are sought after because of their diplomacy with all worlds. Andromedans are fully conscious and sovereign beings and are one of the most spiritually advanced races in our universe. They speak the light essence language. They are also capable of holographic telepathy, use the third eye as a projector to screen their personal story for others to watch in 5D technology, a depth perception so real it has to be seen to believe. That's pretty shit. That's fucking cool. This race has multi-realm commanderships. They are able to reassemble their physical bodies, just like all the other 3 races I already read. It's kick-ass. I'm going to go here because I'm going to connect a book that I read. Archangel Michael! The Angelic Corpse. The Angelic Corpse is from the Isle of Paradise, located in the center of all creation. Many of you don't like the Urantia book, but the Urantia book really describes what the Isle of Paradise is and what it looks like and what is within it. So, even if it was mentioned by Earth beings, I don't care. Their description is pretty damn accurate. Angels of all classes work for the source of all existence, for the invisible architect of creation, for God, no matter what your belief is. Every being was given a body to perform right action to expand their spark from the formless to form. Seraphim, for instance, guide men along the pathway of experimental life to increase soul's growth, to ultimately traverse and ascend from learning planet to learning planet. Accepting angelic guidance is a brave feat for the student, as it means life will be without ease. But to choose to climb a steep mountain with the lesson at hand and then reaching the mountaintop is gratifying for the soul. Confidence is built and spiritual rewards are plentiful. Mortals are also assigned guardian angels who oversee the soul's journey and assist from the unseen realms. Ministering angels minister daily in the individual from behind the veil. The Angelic Corpse maintains the calibration and living light across the universe, and also assisting creatures by delivering curriculums of living light to worlds ready to rise up and out of duality. The Angelic Corpse oversees the Galactaran alignment. They labor in unison with the University of Melchizedek in the Mirror system, the realm where living light programs are dispersed. Hence, the light codes. The Angelic Corpse are the architects of advanced spiritual technology and incorporate them into the worlds ready for the upgrade. That's us. The Angelic Corpse speaks the light essence language. Angels, created beings, have full divine power and will. They can think anything into existence, teleport anywhere, heal with a thought, bring back the dead with a touch, and send a telepathic or holographic message across the super universes. Their divinity, their power, and their unconditional love are limitless. Created beings are not born of man and woman, but created from the Godhead. They do not have belly buttons. Paradise sons. Urantia book. Such as Archangel Michael and other archangels, angels, gods, and goddesses, all fall under the category. Some created beings are created as adults, while others are created as infants and assigned to dedicate celestial parents to rear. It takes special parents to raise a created being. The children's advanced consciousness and power require proper development and nurturing. The Angelic Corpse depend on their classification, can enter multi-dimensions, universes, or super universes. Once they are assigned to a specific universe, they will stay until their mission is complete, although they may travel through space and time to gather information relevant to their tasks. And I urge you all to check out my Urantia book series. I am still in the first papers, which go over all the jobs, all the roles of all the beings in the super universes, the 7 super universes, the Isle of Paradise, what it looks like, everything. And again, I'm not asking you to believe what the Urantia book says in its full entirety, but from all the other references that I get, that has really in-depth detail about the beings and what their roles are and what they do and how they help and what goes on. So if you're interested in that, and this is from the angelics, this is from the Trinity and all of those beings, go check out that series. I think it's very important to understand that there's a government up there, not just for the extraterrestrials and interdimensional beings, but for the angelics. And we're all trying to shift out of this duality, because now duality is going to split. You have the law of one. This is what they are going off of, the law of one. The law of one. Yes, I have too many books on my chair. Those of a service to others are going to a positive polarity plane of existence. Those on the negative path are going to their service to self, negative polarization planet or plane of existence. Because fourth density, you're learning new lessons. They might be the same, but there's no duality. Because you graduated. But they're helping us graduate. Ascend, the harvest, whatever you want to call it. That is right. I'm going to share screen, guys. So the next two I'm going to present, they are races that we may in the future might see, but they're not really involved with our ascension or helping us per se. They might be aligned with us and they don't really mean us harm. So if you see the Strom, they come from the constellation Ursa Minor. Stroms are invertebrates and coelenteretes. Their average height is 2 meters 6'5". Vegetation is of great importance to their culture and the main reason for their visits to Earth. So just take notice of what they look like. They've been on Earth at least 200 times. They act with extreme caution and are rarely seen by humans. First visited Earth at the end of the last big ice age. They have 20 colonies in the Via Lactea galaxy. Their ships have the shape of an octagon. Last sighting October 1976 in Oregon, USA. The next race is Kalenia. They come from the constellation Aquila, star Tarzed. They have colonized 3 planets and have a lifespan of 150 years. They're often sighted in North Africa and the Sub-Sahara region. First visited Earth around 300 BC. They do not conduct abductions. Main interest about Earth, minerals. Last sighted in 2003 near a volcano in Iceland. So again, these two races are just here to scope Earth out, look for minerals, and study the vegetation here because it might help them in their planets. Just like in our future, we might be the ones going to different star systems and different places. Again, whether you want to see it within the firmament and going to the other lands beyond the wall, whether we are interdimensionally zip out and go to another dimension, universe, the multiverse, whatever have you, they study other systems and other habitations and planes of existence, because you never know, something that someone else has might help you, and vice versa. You might have something that they might need. Bartering. I wish we can do that now, because I make hell of a good mean cookie. I do. I make really good cookies. I'm really hungry. I only eat once today, guys. I eat once a day, not by choice. Yeah. And all my muscle mass is depleting. I'm very sad about that. But I need protein to put my muscle back on. Antareans. Let's see if they have a picture. Look at that hunk. Woo, baby. Actually, I'm more attracted to men with brilliant minds and genius intellects, not so much on the looks. You know, but I am human. I'm allowed to look. I'm not bound by anybody, but even that, hey, if I ever land an amazing, brilliant man, he's allowed to look and possibly touch with consent. Antarians hail from Antares, or Alpha Scorpii, the bright red star marking the Scorpion's heart in the Scorpius constellation. Antarians are indistinguishable from Earth humans, though they are a bit taller. Women are 6 feet to 7'5", wow, and men are 7 to 9 feet. Their skin tones range from white to olive brown or a unique copper color. They are a fit and quite attractive. Yeah, you could see that. Antarians follow the cosmic law of one. They believe we are mirrors of each other, and therefore they treat all they come into contact with honor, respect, and love. Their ability to experience and peer into the window of every soul to understand their soul history is humbling to them. They believe the universe is our master teacher and we are its students, that our consciousness will ultimately become identical to the universe and merge with it. I agree with them. But while they elevate up through the dimensions, we become the master teachers to younger races. There is no threshold in learning. Every being is constantly evolving. Agreed. Antarians are part of the Galactaran alignment and participate in the Melchizedek Starseed program, which is currently focused on raising consciousness on Earth and preparing for a dimensional shift. Once Earth beings are fully conscious, they, as well as the Galactarans, will become our cosmic teachers. The Antarians assist from a higher realm. They elevate dimensions. They are home, stepping down their energy to interact with humans about life elsewhere. They assist starseeds in their spiritual development through dream states, downloads into consciousness, and astral visitations. Antarians are fully conscious, sovereign, and telepathic beings. Living in the higher realms, some Antarians are light beings or are a blend of spirit and physicality. They are able to seamlessly interact between densities. That is the shit right there. Antarians assist starseeds with disease areas in the body, mental overloads, and belief system collapses. As spiritual elevation increases, they focus light through their third eye and can heal instantly through mental focusing. Hi, Antarians, come help me, please. Some Antarians come to our space-time from the future. They astral travel to visit starseeds on Earth in the third dimension. Apulians, help from Alpha Centauri, one of the brightest stars in the southern sky, which is the Centaurus constellation. The first reports of these human extraterrestrials were in the Peruvian Andes in the early 50s. The inhabitants of the Andes, the I'm going to butcher this, Quichua people, came in contact with the Alpha Centaurians and named them Apuians in honor of the mountain Apu in Quichua, means Lord Protector and Spirit of the Mountains. This is what they look like. Apuians are attractive Nordic-looking race and basically indistinguishable from Earth humans, but they're tall. Apuians follow the cosmic law of one. They are aware of the higher self, oversoul, and of the transcendental reality that unifies the whole creation. They are masters at transforming negative energy. Oh, where are they? Come on, guys. Pick up the pace. They embrace complete service to the citizens of all worlds and consider themselves brothers and sisters to all. They are the protectors of younger races and respectful of all life and care for all sentient life equally. These words are not a part of their vocabulary. Advantage, favoritism, preferences, privilege. The Apuians feel a deep connection to assist us in raising our vibration into a higher consciousness, as they have merged their own consciousness with their higher self to ultimately gain full access into universally awake and aware consciousness. They have been visiting our world for a very long time, choosing heart-based contactees to spread the word of their existence and message of brotherly love. Whoa. Apuians can contact other worlds through an artificially created space-time bubble they call Xandra. The Xandra is where their physical reality and our physical reality converge to meet and converse. Think of it as a half-orbed light portal above ground between two worlds. The Apuians move around on their planet through a levitation apparatus connected to their belt, ankles, and wrists. The device is teeming with positive ions. While in use, their weight condenses, allowing them to move at the required speed. That is so cool. They can zip across the air, stop on a dime, move horizontally or vertically, elevate or descend. The Apuians are fully conscious and sovereign telepathic beings. They can heal the sick by condensing the smallest particle between the void and the material, then regenerate the cell to perfect harmony and health. They have obtained near perfect immortality by possessing the knowledge of deconstructing the atom to its smallest parts and have command of positive ions. They protect and enhance all cellular life wherever permissible and possible. That's the shit, by the way. I'm going to share screen, guys. We have the LFF. LFF? You guys know me and pronunciations. They come from the constellation Boots near Acerlius Primus. They also resemble the Greys, but are not related. And there's a lot of races that look like rays and they're not. This race has 4 different genders and they are known to be benevolent. The purpose of their visit is unknown, but they seem to have a special interest on raw materials and minerals, as they have been often sighted near old mines. Last sighting, San Isidro del El General, Costa Rica in 2005. You can't really make it out and you see the body right there. So there are a lot of races that come and help us. There are some races that are just here to observe and to look at the minerals and see if they can use any of them. So if you live near a volcano, if you live near a mine and stuff and you see crazy shit, there are a ton of races and many of them look scary and they're not. They're just there to do a look-see and maybe a sample, and then out skis they are. You know, and a lot of them don't want anything to do with humans. They don't want, you might see them and they don't want anything to do with you. They're like, hi, bye, adios, arrivederci. You know, could you blame them? I mean, if you were, think of it as you being this benevolent being that's just radiating so much love and light, but you look really scary, or you're not something on someone's appetite list, and you're just landing in some destined place, seeking out a culture or looking at a volcano. Oh, maybe there's some minerals there, and maybe if we study it and we can use it, we can go talk to the locals and see if they are willing to barter for something. It could be, and that could be our future as the universes keep being created and created and created. And again, it's not just what's beyond the ice wall and the many realms beyond that, and it's not what's above or in the firmament. There are many dimensions and pocket spaces of the universe that is very complicated, as we've read. So just be aware. I'm going to share screen again, guys. So recently, a person on Telegram asked me about elves and are they evil? And this is the Elena. Just a sculpture of them. Supposedly, this is the race that started the myth of the elves. They are sighted often in Germanic countries deep in the forests. They are not known to be lethal to humans, however, they are known to be pranksters. It seems that they enjoy scaring humans when they get too close. It has been reported that they have lured humans away from their cars in order to steal their possessions. Once the humans are far away from their vehicles and they already have stolen what they wanted, they frighten them, which makes the humans leave the location. Yeah. I had to put that in there just because I had been asked about elves. Now, there is another race called the Lang. I'm going to try to get more pictures on the next episode, because guess what? I am not going to, as crazy as it sounds, there's a lot of really good races out there that I'm going to cover. Tonight, I'm only going through a few. But the Lang is what we would call fairies. They look like fairies. And these elf guys, they don't really cause too much harm. They're pranksters. The same with fairies. There's good fairies and there's bad fairies. There's good elves, there's bad elves. Again, there's always good and bad to each, because we live in duality. You have to remember that. And again, they're all creators' creations. The Arcturians. come from Arcturus, a red giant star in the northern hemisphere of Earth's sky, and the brightest star in the constellation of Bootes, the herdsman. Male and female Arcturians appear somewhat uniform with slight variation in features, heights from 10 to 12 feet. That's tall. Their bodies are thin with lanky arms and legs. When they walk, they glide with elegance. Their skin is either blue or milk white. They have large craniums with small noses and mouths. Arcturians in higher density forms are that of light and consciousness. Depending on what density they are from, their appearance alters. The higher the density, the more they become light. Their large almond-shaped eyes are human in appearance and run the color spectrum. They have a pair of nictitating blue lenses that cover the whole eye, which act as a light filter and protective barrier like sunglasses. A lot of the grays have that too. That's what they look like. Arcturians believe in the cosmic law of one. They serve all universal kind as stewards of love and light, of right use of will and merging dualistic natures to inner peace. So they play a very important role with our ascension. They share with willing civilizations how to integrate their forward-thinking, proven belief systems and emotional stability to resolve conflicts. Edgar Casey said the Arcturus is one of the most advanced civilizations in the galaxy. Arcturians serve the supreme creative force and protect the sacredness of life throughout creation. They are governed by Council of Elders. Arcturians are a part of the Galactaran alignment and participate in the Melchizedek Starseed program. Arcturian starseeds on Earth are holographic healing to assist in creating templates for fifth dimensional and higher dimensional experience and ascension. They assist in attuning the heart and mind back to a natural resonance frequency of light, which also helps ease ascension symptoms. Oh, I can use their help. A lot of us can with these ascension symptoms. My goodness. Arcturians have galactic command centers stationed above and below the Earth. They work closely with all brotherhoods and sisterhoods of light and the galactic commands within the Galactaran alignment. They are guardians of advanced consciousness in this universal theater and grant all creatures access to their knowledge and wisdom. They are successful diplomats between star nations and have a serene, calming effect when speaking or visualizing imagery to reveal how both points of view will be able to cohabitate peacefully. After suggestions are made to mend wounds, the Arcturians bring to light future visions of a harmonious outcome, which is seen and felt deeply by both parties and is the catalyst for them to make amends. Arcturian supreme healers are known as the heart of the cosmos, their philanthropy. J.J. Hertek, in the Book of Knowledge, the Case of Enoch, describes Arcturus as a midway station, a programming center used by the physical brotherhoods of light to oversee the many sects of experiments with physical beings. They are the designers of some of the crop circles of Earth, encoding new frequencies into the planet and her creatures. Arcturians have starships, thought ships, fleet ships, and scout ships. They're technologically advanced and have frequency derived from supreme spiritual elevation. Arcturians are fully conscious and sovereign beings. They use the light essence language. They are holographic and sympathetic telepaths and are able to access coagular wave bending to send messages across the space of universe or other through time streams, unlike the regular limitations of telepathic distance. They possess the power of telekinesis, Some come to our space-time for the future. Arcturian fifth and sixth dimensional beings primarily work with Earth's consciousness raising programs. They interact with the light beings of their own race in the elevated dimensions and other star nations, collective consciousnesses from the ninth and 10th dimensions. Arcturians have multi-realms commanderships. They are able to reassemble their physical bodies or any matter from one location to another through a molecular stimulation of light codes. They can sweep an entire civilization from ground up into the mothership in less than a second. Whoa! I'm going to end it with this last one because we're going to go through a bunch of them. Yay! And next time I'm going to see if I can pull up more images of what all of these guys look like. Cassiopeians! Not my type. Cassiopeians originated in the Cassiopeia constellation. They are indistinguishable from Earth humans except for clear webbing between their fingers. That's unnoticeable unless their fingers are spread apart. This feature develops over time as they are avid swimmers and lovers of ocean life. Their slim bodies skim through water the way the dolphins glide across the surf. Cassiopeians believe in the cosmic law of one. Water is secret to them and purified by the created beings on their world and stored in clear quartz crystal vats. Goddesses meditate over the vats to infuse the liquid with love. The Cassiopeians' devout practice in water purification has greatly benefited them internally and externally. Internally, the purified water has activated a crystalline matrix within the blood cells that give them endurance unlike any other species. Its influence on the brain cellular structure has expanded the capacity storage beyond 100% and has categorized them as superhumans. Cassiopeians are part of the galactic alignment and participate in the Melchizedek starseed program. They study oceans on their world and other worlds. Communication with sea creatures is either through telepathic static, or moving pictures, or by telepathically speaking their language through a mind extension apparatus. The Cassiopeians looking forward to meeting their extended family on Earth. Many from their system are stationed in galactic command centers above or below our planet. They are excited when measuring the planetary consciousness as a whole and bear witness to our spiritual elevation. Starseeds from Cassiopeia are usually focused on environmental issues, especially ridding the oceans of pollution. Cassiopeians are fully conscious and sovereign beings. Besides being astute telepaths, they have an extra ability unique to their race. When speaking mind to mind, there is a usual attachment to feelings of this experience, but other dimensions is added a conscious union to the living library of Akasha that enhances the story with the amount of spiritual evolution gleaned from the sender's lesson at hand. The receiver also elevates almost half of the sender just by being brought into the experience on an unfathomable depth of soul connectivity. Cassiopeians have multi-realm commandership. The Cassiopeians are experts at quantum physics. They understand that, like the rings inside a tree trunk that reveal its age, the universal dimensional folds go back to the beginning of time. Dimensions in this universe theater are endless, just like the multiverse creation. See? As I told you so's. So guys, I hope this part one of the benevolent species is something that will help us understand the species that are helping us, helping our sweet little animals, and that there's nothing to be afraid of, that they really took out the evil infringers of our free will. They are the ones that came to, and they're here now. Many of us are them, their souls at least. Starseeds are infiltrators of the dark. And we're here to bring the light and to raise the vibration and the frequency of the planet. That's our duty. That's one of our overall bigger missions. It's just being. But the time is closing in when we have to start getting aware of who, what, where, and when these beings come. There's nothing to be afraid of. They've been helping us. They're helping us now. And they're going to help us into our future. They're going to be our teachers that are going to raise us through the dimensions. And after we're done, and after their job is done, we're going to be the ones that take over their roles for other systems and other planets that have life with starting races. We're very new in the scheme of things. And yes, we're aliens. So I just felt like all the news of arcs and things being activated, kind of give it a while until that kind of died down. There is disclosure, not really anything significant, and the reason being is because they don't want you to know where all the tax money really goes, and really what happened to a lot of human beings in a negative sense, that they're not even on this planet. Try talking to a normal person that does not believe in aliens and think that we're the only ones here. Try describing this to them. They won't get it. So this is why there's a hard push. They're showing themselves in the air, in the sky. They're coming with their craft. A lot of it's ours. We already have this technology, guys. They just don't want to tell people where the tax money goes. But we really need to start looking outside of the paradigm, beyond the religion, beyond the stuff. I was told many, many, many moons ago that there is no religion upstairs. They all go by the law of one. And in the occult, hermetic philosophies and texts, it's scientific, it's physics, it's talking about, in simplistic terms, frequency, polarity, mentalism, your mind, you're coming up in consciousness. They hid it from us because they didn't want us to know how powerful we are. And now we have beings coming and helping us rearrange our DNA. Each one of them has different modes of what they're doing to help us. It's a large undertaking. And it's not just one race, the Pleiadians. It's not just them, it's a whole plethora of them. And next time I'm going to go into more of who's here and who's helping us and who's a starseed. I'm going to do this in sections. I'm also going to have different pictures and other interesting things to share with you than the next video. I think it's very important that we start acknowledging, if we start seeing them, not to be afraid and to greet them with love and respect, because that's what they deserve. And a big thank you for helping us. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed episode 10. Who are the good guys? I don't know how I'm going to name this episode just yet, but this is part 1 of many. So I giving all of you love and light. I hope you all have a great night. If there's anything in my work that sparked your interest, gave you some more knowledge, please consider supporting my work. The information will be in the drop box below. Anything helps, even a like, a share, and a subscribe, because we really are going to need this information. And sometimes when it's coming from very well-known sources, and not to discredit them, they're amazing and I listen to them all the time, but sometimes a normal everyday person that's not so much in the spotlight can help awaken others to what's out there and put it all together. I think that's very important. You know, sometimes people don't connect with Elena or Alex or the many others that are out there in the UFO community or in the SSP community. Sometimes it just takes a normal everyday person to convey a message and somebody receives it. Doesn't matter who it's coming from, but please push, please help. And I hope everybody's safe, be seen, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.